Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Funke, and I am speaking tonight on behalf of myself and my translator Gloria Garcia, who unfortunately could not join me on the video. Gloria and I are both deeply honored to be listed as finalists for the Colorado Author League's Award of Excellence in the middle grade category. We are especially honored because our book is a translation, a Spanish translation. And for it to be listed in a general category feels like a huge achievement for us and a really great mark for books that are written in Spanish and written in other languages. So we're really honored, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Now, our book is actually called Ve de la Victoria, and this is the book. You can see Gloria's name there. And Ve de la Victoria is the Spanish translation of my book, V for Victory. And this is V for Victory. So V for Victory is the third book in my Homefront Heroes series, which is a series of World War II books for middle grade readers. And each book is based on a real person or persons that I interviewed. So V for Victory is actually very special for me because this one was inspired by my uncle, Roman Talamantes, and by my mother's family, who is Mexican American and ran grocery stores in San Antonio during World War. And who's doing his part to support his family, who's very busy with the war effort. And Gloria thought, wouldn't that be great if dads got involved in reading? Because as we know, it's usually mothers who read to the children. And so to have a father read to his children, she thought would be a great thing. So that was one of her reasons for wanting to do the translation for this book. So I'm going to read you a little bit from the first chapter. This chapter is called The Contest. And I don't think I'll have to set it up because it's a pretty typical Saturday morning in 1940s America, and I think you'll recognize that pretty quickly. So, The Contest. The Empire Theater is packed to the rafters with kids. Up in the balconies, they rain candy wrappers and spitwads down on us kids below. But when the theater manager steps out on the stage and raises his arms, we settle down. We know what's coming. "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls," he says into a microphone, "have we got a treat for you?" We're scooching to the edges of our seats now, ready to jump up. Today we bring you all the way from Hollywood, California, everyone's favorite singing cowboy, Roy Rogers. The huge movie screen starts to rise, and the manager hurries off stage. And there he is in the center of the stage, the king of cowboy movies, Roy Rogers himself, sitting atop his Palomino horse Trigger, who nods his head to the crowd, his front hoof pawing the ground. And the noise in the Empire is thunderous. Kids are clapping and stomping their feet. Hey Roy, they yell, hoping he'll look their way. I glance way up to the painted sky on the ceiling, half expecting it to crack down the middle. My best friend Gary is hooting and hollering as loud as anyone. He's waving his white cowboy hat, which is too small for him now. At 12, almost 13, we're a little older than most of the kids in the theater today, and probably too old to be wearing cowboy stuff. But I've got my fake sheriff's badge pinned to my shirt and a yellow bandana tied around my neck. And Gary has his cowboy hat and a real Western-type shirt with fringe that his grandmother sewed for him. It's Roy Rogers, after all. Roy tips his hat to the audience and does some riding tricks on Trigger while singing a song. Then he jumps down and starts his rope tricks, which is what Gary and I came to see. "This one's called the butterfly," he says as his rope spins small loops on either side of his body. "And this one's the Texas skip." His loop grows larger, and he jumps right through the center of it. All of us kids watch in silence as he shows us a few more tricks, then drops his rope to his side, doffs his hat, and gives us a sweeping bow. Then we all go wild again. So that is the opening of the story. The theater manager then comes onto the stage and announces a scrap metal contest, and Miguel and Gary decide to try to win the $25 so that they can buy a bike to share between them. So it's a really fun story with a lot of positive messages, and there's a glossary in the back with Spanish words, and there's some information that tells the kids more about what kids did during World War II. And then, of course, now with the Spanish translation, we're super excited because I'd been asked for years for a translation of the book because I work with a lot of organizations that work with Spanish-speaking families. So I'm very happy to have this translation available now so that these families can read a book together and learn some American history in the process. So very excited about this book and very grateful to Gloria for her translation. So if you would like to learn more about V for Victory and V de la Victoria, you can visit my website, which is teresafunk.com, teresafunke.com. And you will find information about the other books in the Homefront Heroes series. There's 5 in all. It's a multicultural series. And my 2 books for adults that are also set during World War II. You'll also find some really fun information about the war on my website, teresafunk.com. And so I hope you do get a chance to hop over and take a look. We've got teaching materials for the teachers to go along with the book. And you can also buy bundles, so you can get the whole Homefront Heroes series on my website at a discount. So thank you so much for this opportunity to showcase this book. And thank you again to Gloria for the translation. And very much looking forward to the event. Thank you.